Thanks for coming in today and having a chat with me. What I'd like to do is share with some of our clients what's been happening with you over the last couple of weeks since you've joined the Back to Basics Healthy Living program. So first of all, what led you to come to Back to Basics originally?
Well, I was looking for a diet to do with someone in Townsville. I didn't want to do Jenny Craig. I wanted to use my own food, but I wanted to have someone that I was accountable to.
Yeah. Okay. So accountability was really important to you feel?
Yes.
Okay. So what happened with you previously that you felt that you needed that additional support?
Well, I guess I'd start a diet and I'd be going okay, and then you'd have days where you'd go off diet, and then a couple of days later you would have put on weight, and it's just, you'd sort of think,
doesn't
give
matter.
up. Yeah.
And that's commonly what I call Monday dieter syndrome. We start Monday, we're on track, we can get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and then something might happen at work and you might have a chocolate bar, a chip or a glass of wine, and all of a sudden it starts coming down, the wheels come off the wagon, and it's like, oh, what the hell, I'll start again Monday. So we sort of keep going on this circle. But when you have the accountability sessions, even if you go a little bit off track, you know that, well, if you pop in and see Joe, or I have online clients as well, if you speak to Joe on the phone, you can reset, stay back on track, but refocus. Do you find that that is what happens?
That's right. And I did have cheat days where, I eat stuff.
You're human, we're all human.
That's right. And just, you'd go to someone's house and you couldn't make sort of healthy choices, but then the next day it'd be like, right, back to the plan, because
refocus.
I know I'm going to see Joe in a couple of days' time and I don't want to put on weight.
Exactly. Okay. So before you started the Healthy Living program, how were you feeling?
Just unwell, really, just didn't feel sort of healthy, and I was tired, and just because my clothes were getting tighter, you feel uncomfortable in yourself. I suppose it makes you feel a bit sort of depressed, really.
Yeah. Okay, so since you've started the program and you've completed the program, how do you feel now that you've changed the food components and we've lost weight, which we'll talk about in a second, but how do you feel now?
I've got more energy. I feel healthier, and I make healthier choices with my food as well. So I just generally feel well.
So it totally has changed your mindset then on where you were eating previously to what you're focusing on now. Yeah,
and when you look at sort of going to get takeaway and things like that, you sort of think, oh no, I won't have that sort of thing. You look for the healthier sort of options.
Yeah.
And just even when you're shopping, just looking at the sugar content and stuff.
That's some of the things we're focused on.
Just picking healthier foods, and you feel better.
Yeah. And are you surprised, even though we're not going to talk specifically about sugars as such, but are you surprised how many hidden sugars are actually in your food that you were not aware about previously?
Really surprised. Yeah, there's lots of things that you think are healthy, and you look at the sugar content in them, and it's no wonder you do put on weight, because you're eating stuff that you think's healthy for you, and it's full of sugar.
And I've always said too, how healthy is our healthy food? Because things like muesli bars and things that are promoted on TV, which is called clever marketing, does not mean that it's a healthy food choice. It's a healthy, clever marketing choice for their budget and bottom line, not for our bottom line.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are the 3 key changes you've found that has happened to you since you've completed the program?
I've lost weight. My clothes fit better, and I've got more energy. Yeah. I'm not tired like I was all the time.
Yeah. And that was one of the things. And most people will find about a 3 or 4 o'clock slump time. It's when it could be 10 o'clock in the morning, but we find it gets towards that end of the day. We sort of start wilting a little bit. But when you change your food component and we have the right fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, it gives you more energy, but your fuel lasts longer throughout your day.
That's right, and that was a lot of the problem as well. I'd get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd be feeling tired, so I'd be walking past the lolly jar at work, or I'd go and get a bit of
or another coffee or something,
slice from the coffee shop over the road or something.
Yeah. Okay, so you were looking for a sugar hit to perk you back up. Okay, so we're going to look at the weight that you've lost now. Originally, what were you wanting to lose before you walked in the door?
I was sort of looking probably for anywhere between 6 and 8 kilos.
Okay.
Like, you have this ideal weight that you want
Yes.
to be, even though
Yes.
probably it's not really what you should be. But
Yeah.
Probably 6 to 8 kilos.
Yeah. And females, not so much men, but females focus on a number, and we have this number that's set in mind. Now, what we've worked out is that, and even with talking to Terena, is that she has lost 7.1 kilos and 2 dress sizes, which was a total of 40 centimetres from around her body. But that gave her about 6 centimetres in total coverage. So when I said to her earlier on this morning, okay, so we've lost 7.1 kilos and you wanted to lose 8 kilos, would you like to lose more weight now?
No, I'm comfortable how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like certainly if I did lose more, that would be great, but I don't feel like I need to lose more weight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
my clothes fit really well, and
So even though in her mind she had a number, what she's really saying is that she feels better, her clothes are feeling better, she doesn't need to push to a magic number because everything's just fitting right.
That's right.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. Now, did you find the program really easy to follow?
Yeah, really easy to follow, and there was lots of food choices, so it wasn't like restrictive.
Yeah.
And there was easy things to make. So.
And what was one of your, or two of your favourite recipes that you made?
The eggplant lasagna.
Which is a favourite from a lot of people that we do on interviews.
And the beef stroganoff, because I have like boys in their early 20s and they like the beef stroganoff, and it was really nice. They liked it as well.
So how many in your family dynamics at home?
Usually I'm feeding 4.
Okay, so it wasn't hard for you then to implement the foods that we work with on the program and implement it into a family lifestyle situation?
No, not hard at all. And even like, sometimes the boys, like they like to have steak, mashed potatoes, veggies. Well, like I just have a smaller piece of steak and just veggies.
Yeah.
And just don't have your mashed potato.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's just I suppose just working meals around the plan, and it was easy to do.
Yeah, it's not really hard.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel hungry?
No, I didn't feel hungry. I thought I would, because so many of the diets that I'd done previously had like 5 meals a day.
Yeah.
So you were constantly
Grazing.
Grazing, yes. Yeah. And I thought, I'm not going to be sort of able to survive on 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
But you're eating stuff that makes you feel full. So
correct.
It was good.
And when we get the right fats, proteins and carbohydrates in the correct combination, it actually suppresses your appetite. I don't have a magic thing or a pill. I don't work on pills or gimmicks or anything like that. So when we get the formula correct, it suppresses your appetite, so you're not as hungry as you thought you were going to be before you started.
Right.
So we all understand what starving feels like. We all know what overfull feels like, but we've forgotten what satisfied feels like. So do you feel it's brought you back to a satisfied type situation?
Yeah, and I found too that I wasn't continuing to eat when I was full.
Yeah.
As well, it wasn't sort of like, put this food in my plate, I've got to eat it.
Yeah.
Whereas when I felt full, that was it.
Yeah.
I'd finished.
And by understanding on the program, it gives you a portion serve size, because one of the things that can happen with us, we don't like wasting food because you're wasting money. So what happens is that we sometimes can fill up our plate, in which we could either supersize our foods or our meals, but we feel that we have to eat everything that's on there. But once you're given what a real portion control is that you could be eating, you're feeling satisfied once you've finished. So it sort of is a win-win. You're saving money on your groceries, you're eating the amount that you should be eating, and you're not overfilling your stomach and stretching your stomach out.
Yeah, because at first, I looked at some of the portion sizes and I thought, gosh, I'll never.
Oh my God, you're going to starve me.
I'll never be able to eat that. And but you do feel full.
Yeah.
So, it was good.
Yeah. And that's what I said, the magic is the correct ratio, and that's what we've been doing for over 25 years with clients, is just giving that ratio and making the program work. And we can see by the weight that you've come off, the size and the body shaping, you're feeling healthier and happy, and you've got more energy. So what else can we say? It works.
It works.
Okay.
It does work. Yeah.
Thank you, Terena, and thank you for sharing the time with everyone today. I'm sure anyone who listens to the video will be happy to hear the information, and if they're concerned or would like to ask any other questions, they can ring me at any time as well, and I'm happy to talk to anyone about how the program works and how we can fit into your lifestyle. So thank you. Not a problem.